Hello and welcome. This is Evan from EK Bookkeeping, and we're back for another week. Thank you for joining me again. This week's topic, how to invoice clients in QuickBooks. Last week we looked at customizing invoices in QuickBooks. This week we're going to learn how to invoice in QuickBooks. So to start, we're going to go back into our creating an invoice screen. So we just scroll over to the create invoice icon and click on that. So this should look familiar to anybody who watched last week's video. This is where we were last week. And we'll just do one more thing so that it really looks like last week's video and the changes that we've implemented. We're going to go over to template and select our template that we were working on last week. And if we go over to the print button and click preview, we're able to see the changes that we've made. Now I've made some notes so that we can create an invoice right here and right now in QuickBooks. So here are our notes. We know that the monthly billing for May 2014, we had 2 hours of consulting for Bugs Company. We're charging HST at 13% because we're in Ontario. And our receivable policy is going to be that the client has 1 month to pay for our services. The first thing you want to do is select your customer. So we're going to go up to this right here and just click on that. And we're going to choose Bugs Co. because that's the client we're billing. Our template is fine. If we scroll over here, our template is perfect. The date, because we're doing a bill for the month of May, we may want to change this to the 31st, and you can choose basically any date you would like. The next thing is we can look at here is the invoice number. Invoice numbers will be sequential once you select an invoice number. So the next number in this case, after we complete this invoice, will be 4. This invoice is fine. We don't need to change the invoice number. The other thing you might want to look at, like we said, we're giving the client a month to pay. So we're going to go over to due date and make a change right here. We're going to give them 30 days. So that's June 30th. That's done with. You might also want to scroll down over here and add a customer message. So you can add your own or use one of the ones that QuickBooks provides. And we're going to do that. We're going to choose this one. Now, if we review our notes, you can see what we've done so far. We've put in June 30th, so that covers the last part. Now, normally once we've registered as an Ontario business, HST will take care of itself in QuickBooks, so it should be at 13%, and we'll review that later. Now, the next step is to put in the work that we've accomplished for Bugs Company now. So it says 2 hours of consulting. We'll minimize this. We'll go over to the item. So we'll click here, click on the drop down and choose consulting. Tab or scroll over, enter 2 for the 2 hours. It automatically fills in the description based on what you've entered when you enter the item. It says consulting services rendered, and because we're in the month of May, we'll make a small addition here saying that to that effect. The rate again is determined once you've entered your item. For consulting, we're charging a rate of 50%. And now we can look at a quick preview. As we can see, everything is in there. If we scroll down, we can see what we've entered. So we've got 2 hours in quantity, consulting services rendered for the month of May 2014 at $50 an hour, so that's $100. We can see our summary. The taxes are charged at 13% because we are in Ontario. We have our thank you for your business comment for the client. Therefore, the total is $113. And the last thing you might want to take note of is the GST HST number would be there. If we're charging HST, it's mandatory once you give a client an invoice that number shows up. Otherwise, you could get into serious trouble. And that's pretty much everything that we wanted to cover. So we've created an invoice and looked it over in a very short period of time, I believe less than 7 minutes. The last thing that needs to be done at this point is to scroll over and click Save and Close. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, this was Evan from EK Bookkeeping. Please leave a comment and subscribe. You can always check out the blog postings. They come out Tuesdays. That's at www.ekbookkeeping.com. Thank you very much.